Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of our show. In the wake of these very sharp differences between President William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, it is now crystal clear. It is in the public domain that Rigathi Gachagua and his boss are not reading from the same scripts. So in the wake of all this, there has been this discussion that President Ruto is either planning to rally the UDA members, so the Kenya Kwanza members of parliament who are aligned to him, to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Recently, we saw the Interior CS Kithure Kindiki warning Rigathi Gachagua that they will not tolerate people who want to divide this nation. And with that, many experts felt that maybe William Ruto is thinking of even arresting his deputy. I know this has never happened before, but all this can happen. But do you think William Ruto can rally his supporters, his members of parliament to impeach Rigathi Gachagua? Because for him to achieve the numbers in parliament to impeach his deputy, he will need the full support of Azimio members of parliament, because for him to get that threshold, he needs the support of Azimio member of parliament. Now, the other question that people are asking now, do you think Raila Odinga should an impeachment motion be tabled in parliament? Should they come up with a vote of no confidence kind of motion in parliament? Do you think Azimio supporters should support this so that they can ousted Rigathi Gachagua? The discussion is much right because yesterday, the Moses Kuria himself said something on Twitter. He just went on his ex-handler and said, impeachment loading. And with that, because he has been one of the worst critics of deputy president, many people felt that he is telling the nation that there could be some clandestine plans to impeach Moses Kuria. Now, if the UDA or Kenya Kwanza members of parliament felt that they would be counting on Raila's support, they would be counting on the Azimio member of parliament to settle their differences, then they are wrong. Because Raila's lawyer, Paul Mwangi, said something that is a warning. He is trying to set the record straight if at all they thought that Raila would help them. This is what Paul Mwangi is saying. Anyone counting on using the opposition numbers in parliament to impeach Rigathi should replan. We used to hate Rigathi because he was inside UDA pissing on us. He is still inside UDA, but now he is pissing on them. Opposition shall ensure Rigathi has security of tenure. I want to believe that Paul Mwangi is speaking on behalf of Raila. I want to believe that he is delivering a message from Raila's office, that if at all you thought that by supporting me for the African Union Commission bid, then I'll be helping Ruto's side to frustrate Rigathi Gachagua or maybe to support his impeachment, then you are wrong. It is rightly so, because the other day, after the government unveiled their clear plan to develop a well-oiled secretariat to support Raila's bid for the African Union, Raila went ahead and criticized the Finance Bill 2024. And I saw the majority leader in the Senate, Aaron Cheriot, together with other members of parliament, telling Raila that you should keep off. You should keep quiet, because if you do this, we will not support you. The government will withdraw its support. So they expect that anytime they are supporting Raila, then Raila will be quiet. The Ruto side wants Raila to remain very loyal to Ruto, to dance to the tune. But Raila had also indicated that he is ready to work with Rigathi Gachagua.
Well, I'm working with everybody in this country. Nobody specifically. President Gachagua is a member of the government. And as you know, yesterday, the government pledged that they are going to support my bid for AU. And I said, Raila. I thanked them. So he is seen the light. His soul was now become a Paul. Thank you very much.
What is your opinion on this? Should Raila Amolo Odinga and the opposition help William Ruto to punish Rigathi Gachagua? Because I've realized that Rigathi does not really enjoy support from the opposition quarters. I know he's trying to endear himself to the Mount Kenya community, but until such time when he will spread his wings, the opposition, supporters don't really support him. So I want us to look at Paul Mwangi's statement, what it means, and what Raila is trying to communicate, and why I believe that Raila should not accept to render support to William Ruto as far as their political wars are concerned. Number one, without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, any kind of support that Raila will render to William Ruto to oster Rigathi Gachagua does not help, does not benefit Raila politically, does not benefit the opposition, does not benefit Kenya. Because Raila has been known as one person who is championing for things that will help the common mwananchi. Even if Rigathi Gachagua is impeached today, William Ruto will still pick someone maybe from Mount Kenya, maybe Ndindi Nyoro. Life will continue as usual. And so it will not help Kenyans. It will not help Raila in any way politically. So there is no way Raila is going to accept this kind of an olive branch to help fight, Kenya Kwanza wars, because it is not. And in politics, you only do that which helps you. Politics is about interest and betrayal. So I don't think Raila will do this. Number two, Raila should not accept to be used to settle UDA and Kenya Kwanza political scores. Raila had his formation together with Martha Karua, who was supposed to be a running mate, Kalonzo Musyoka, and his team. Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto also formed another team. They told Kenyans that they were ready to work. They were not going to be yoked into wars that we witnessed between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto. They told us they would have so much to do to Kenyans that there will be no time for political wrangles. If Raila gets into this, it will mean that they're just using Raila. Experts believe that the only political formation that can punish Rigathi Gachagua is when William Ruto teams up with Raila now. And if Rigathi Gachagua wants to punish William Ruto, maybe to kick him out in 2027 or to get the numbers to impeach him, then Raila must also team up. Rigathi Gachagua must team up with Raila Amolo Odinga. So Raila is in the middle. And Raila should be proud of this. Not being used, being invited anyhowly. That, we want to impeach Gachagua, now come and help us. When you listen to street politics here, people are saying that we cannot allow William Ruto to continue for a second term. We must team up. We must invite Raila, to help us in 2027. Yet when Raila presented himself in 2022, they were not ready to accept Raila. Now they are realizing, Kimewaramba, alafu anawaita. I don't know. It's a discussion for another day whether Raila should accept to be used, because Raila cannot be used as a climbing ladder. Then once you have reached the rooftop, you kick the ladder away. So Raila must not be used to settle political scores. He must also not accept to be part of the Kenya Kwanza mess. Kenya Kwanza is rotten. I can assure you. They have increased taxes, investors are running away, everything. There is nothing good about this government. If Raila gets into this government, he will be part of the mess. This is exactly what Raila did when they teamed up with Uhuru Kenyatta. There is no government that is perfect. Once a government has formed, a team to run a country, then you realize that wananchi will always be poking holes. And for Raila, who has been known for speaking for the downtrodden, for the weak, Raila got into bed with Uhuru Kenyatta, and many are saying that part of the reasons why why Raila did not get, votes in some quarters is because many people felt that, Raila is now, Raila and Uhuru are strange bedfellows. And with that, they accused him as part of the mess. And you know how William Ruto ran that's mere narrative. So he must not be used to be part of the mess. And together with that one is that if Raila teams up with, if his team goes and teams up with the Ruto's, members of parliament, and they impeach Rigathi Gachagua, come 2027, they will turn this against Raila. They will be telling him, why not for Raila and his team, our man wouldn't have been impeached. And some of them will be going there, they will be pretending that sisi tulijaribu kuongea na huyu mzee lakini alikataa, he was punishing Rigathi Gachagua. They will always get something to campaign about, alisumbua Kibaki, akachukua uhuru wetu, sasa amekuja akaamua. And they will even say that Raila got into, like right now they are saying that Raila and Ruto are already talking. And they're even saying that he's in government, which I know he's not, because Raila is criticizing when things are wrong. So they will say that our man was impeached simply because Raila teamed up together with Ruto. And they will always run this narrative. And some people will not scrutinize their statements and they will simply accept it. The other reason is that Raila and Gachagua can still work together. In politics, it's just about interest. If their interests will converge in 2027, like Raila said there, they will always work together. And this is the reason why I believe Raila will not accept to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. They are politicians, they are ambitious, and come 2027, there will be political realignments and formations, and don't be shocked when Raila and Rigathi Gachagua teams up together. I know in politics, things do happen. It is also very clear now that the differences between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua will help Kenyans to understand them better. Rigathi Gachagua is exposing William Samoei Ruto. The weaknesses are being exposed, and Kenyans love it. Like someone puts it that we will always grab popcorns as they continue to wrangle. It slows them down, their development agenda. It reveals the hypocrisy in that formation, because they pretended as they would be the best pair in the world. They would be the best team to deliver their promises. And with this, I know the opposition would want them to continue wrangling, because when a husband and a wife are fighting, when you listen carefully, you will hear them as accusing each other. Oh, wewe ulifanya hivi, wewe unanifanyia hivi. And as neighbors, when you listen carefully to a husband and a wife fighting, that is when you will know reasons that you've never known, the hidden reasons why things are boiling up. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I agree with Paul Mwangi that Raila must not accept. And I know Raila delivered that message to William Ruto, that I'm not ready to take part in your fights. And that is my take.